Nick de Vries has received a message indicating that he needs to enhance his performance in the upcoming 3 rounds, or else he might have to leave Formula One earlier than expected. AlphaTauri enlisted the services of the Dutch driver to take Pierre Gasly's place for the 2023 season, as their pursuit of IndyCar sensation Colton Herta faced obstacles regarding super license points. If de Vries doesn't show improvement, there is a possibility that Daniel Ricciardo might have a chance to return to the driver's seat, with the Australian eagerly awaiting his Formula One recall opportunity. Will the Australian driver see a career rebirth soon? The facts will be laid out in front of you in today's video, so be sure to watch until the end before you form your own conclusion. According to reports, Helmut Marko has set a deadline of 3 races for Nick de Vries to enhance his performances. If de Vries fails to meet the expectations, AlphaTauri will start considering other drivers for the remainder of the 2023 season. The upcoming races in Imola, Monaco and Barcelona will serve as the opportunity for the Dutch driver to impress Marko and the Red Bull management. The challenges faced by de Vries are compounded by the contrasting achievements of his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who has accumulated all of the team's points this season. This situation reportedly increases the likelihood of Daniel Ricciardo making a Formula One comeback, as the 33-year-old Australian is ready to step into the AlphaTauri car if de Vries is relieved of his duties by Marko. Daniel Ricciardo is set to make his return to Formula One by participating in a Pirelli tyre test for Red Bull at Silverstone in July. After being released from his contract with McLaren to make room for Australian driver Oscar Piastri, Ricciardo was appointed as the team's 3rd driver for this season. Due to the regulations on in-season testing in F1, Ricciardo has primarily been engaged in simulator work, along with contributing to commercial endeavours and driver development. Nevertheless, the opportunity arises for the 8-time Grand Prix winner to take control of the RB19 during a unique testing occasion. I've been in the simulator, but I will drive the RB19 in July after the Silverstone race. I'm getting a Pirelli test. Then maybe I'll get another one after Monza as well in September. A couple of months away, and I'll get to feel what it's like. I'm certainly excited to drive a fast car, but also a car that maybe still feels familiar to me. It does a little bit in the sim. But I'm just excited to drive again and to just try to remind a team obviously I once had a lot of success with that I can still turn a fast lap. According to Dutch racing driver Tom Coronel, Sergio Perez doesn't need to dwell on the analysis of his performance in Miami. Instead, he simply needs to drive faster. However, Coronel believes that even with improved speed, Perez's chances of winning the world title are effectively extinguished. Despite starting the Miami Grand Prix from pole position while Max Verstappen was 9th on the grid, it was Verstappen, the reigning world champion, who emerged victorious by overtaking his teammate in the final stages of the race. As Verstappen widens the gap in the championship standings to 14 points, Coronel suggests that Perez should accept that his aspirations for the title are now over. However, Coronel also emphasizes that Perez shouldn't feel discouraged, since it is a common occurrence for teammates to play a secondary role to Verstappen. Following the race, Perez admitted to the media that he needs to evaluate what went awry because they lacked the speed necessary to fend off Verstappen. In a somewhat critical manner, Coronel has remarked that, "Just drive faster. What does he think? When you're a teammate of Max, you just always become second fiddle. That's just how it is. How many times have we seen other drivers walk away with their tails between their legs? You think you can match it? Yes, occasionally if he makes a mistake, but in Q2, Max already had a faster lap than the one Sergio set in Q3. We shouldn't forget that either." That hope everyone is talking about? Forget it. There's no hope at all. Despite Coronel's belief that Perez's chances of winning the title based on speed are non-existent, he suggests that there might still be a possibility for Perez to claim the championship through another avenue, which is his reliability behind the wheel. Coronel continued, saying, "There is only one way, when things go technically wrong with Max very often. Otherwise, you can just forget about it." Following Perez's successful reduction of Verstappen's lead to a mere 6 points in Baku, the reigning world champion has once again widened the gap to over 10 points. Coronel believes that this pattern is just the start, as Verstappen has proven himself capable of remaining competitive regardless of his starting position. be it 9th in Miami or 15th in Saudi Arabia. Get used to it because it's going to get even bigger. This is the confirmation that Perez was dreaming a bit. But you know that it is also created by the media. They also want to see it. I can imagine that very well. If Max drops out, it's better for the fight, it's more exciting, but it's exciting enough. That guy comes from 9th or 15th or wherever we see him come from. Last year, Hungary, Spa, you name it, he does it anyway. In the end, it doesn't matter where you put him. As long as Max is on the entry list, you just fight for second place with the rest. Sergio Perez has been cautioned by Austrian racing driver Philipp Eng about the potential repercussions of a dominant performance like Max Verstappen's remarkable race from 9th to 1st in Miami. Eng emphasizes that such a display can have a detrimental impact on the dynamics within a team and potentially break a teammate. While Perez remains firm in his belief that the title fight is still ongoing, Eng believes that Verstappen delivered a significant blow to Perez's hopes by showcasing his exceptional skills and class. Following the Miami race, Perez said, "I really wanted to win this race. It would have meant a lot to me. Well, it's important not to give up. There is still a long season ahead of us and we will have to keep pushing." To which Eng reacted by saying, "From Perez's point of view, it was not optimal. I also had a colleague in DTM who won the championship. Sheldon Vanderlyn showed me where the frog has the curls. It's not nice there. Perez has shown that he is fast. He showed in Baku that he is a force to be reckoned with. But Verstappen has now clearly shown him where the frog has the curls." Eng suggests that Verstappen demonstrated his superiority over Perez by bouncing back from the disappointment of finishing second to his teammate in Baku, where he lost the lead due to the timing of a safety car. Eng metaphorically describes Verstappen as the master of the house, implying that he established his dominance over Perez. He said, "I think the thing with Baku had Max very foxed that Perez drove the whole race in front of him. He didn't have a chance to get past or get close. That's why he showed in Miami who's the master of the house." Verstappen's exceptional skills on the track are so remarkable that Eng believes that the fate of the title race rests solely in his hands. He ended his take on the matter by saying, "In the end, it will come down to Max Verstappen. He can call up his performance at any time. He's in the fastest car. The world title gives him an extra boost. A race like that in Miami is great for an athlete's self-confidence. That can only help. As much as I'd like to wish Perez, it's going to be difficult for him." Given this information, do you think Daniel Ricciardo will make his F1 return in the near future? And given Perez's apparent inability to surpass Verstappen, will this push Ricciardo closer to driving for Red Bull instead of AlphaTauri? Tell us what you think in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thanks for watching.